say.
I'd like to get. I'm not really good at like remembering quotes.
Okay.
But we were walking and you were talking about like what your approach was while you were on chemo, just as far as like how far you could go.
Yeah.
Could you just like tell me a little more about that?
Well, you just would try and set new goals. And like I said, that sometimes after it was just walking to the end of the block and getting back home. And then it got to be, okay, go for the walk and extend the walk. And then it was try and jog a block and walk. And then add another. And I would just keep trying to make it a little longer and do a little more. And be happy with what I did, but don't be satisfied. Just keep going. And that was the whole thing. And just, like I said, I had a path that I would run like 3 days a week just to get my run in. And when I got to that point and was able to do it, that was a great day. So.
Yeah. What was the run? Did you say going to park where the bench was?
Go to the park and then come home and not stop. And when I did, it was like, wow.
So how far into that was while you were on chemo?
That was after I was done with everything in remission and trying to make my comeback. Although through chemo, that it was with all the treatments I had. Yeah, I did it during that then too, because there was more than one time between the different treatments that I had, the CHOP, the stem cell, that I had to start all over again. So you just did it. You just start wherever you were at. That's your starting point, and go.
Yeah.
So.
Do you and I know I keep asking sort of the same version of a question, but what motivated you to do that? What motivated you to even stop and start? Because you said like it wasn't just like one day I go one block and the next day it's two. It wasn't this linear path.
No.
It was up and down.
If you work out as much as I do in your life, that's the way working out is. I even now I've accomplished so much and I'm almost back to normal strength, and I accomplished a goal that I wanted to do the other day, and I don't know if I can do it again tomorrow. Probably be back down again, but it's always been like that, being athletic, that you're going to go up and down. So,
what was the goal?
The goal was to get 120 pounds and lift it 25 times. So, which was, when I first tried to come back, the bar is 55 pounds, and I could barely lift it when I started. When I was strong enough where I felt I could start working out. So, to do that, and I could barely lift that bar. I lifted it like 5 times and I was done. And then I got up to 120 pounds 25 times.
Wow.
So, that's the I'm okay goal. Then from here we, just keep trying. But I'm happy where I'm at after everything I've been through.
You were also talking about like what you would think when you were on the bench.
Yeah.
Tell me again about.
Well, there are two trains of thought in my mind were that I can see where I've been in my journey of getting healthy again, being in the hospital, being so ill, and I could think of those times and think of this peaceful moment when I'm on this bench, and that I'm here, and so thankful to be here, and I'd also think of death, that it was such a miracle that I'm alive, and I'm not dead, and I'm here. I'm just sitting on this bench, taking in just a beautiful day.
Yeah.
And a beautiful day didn't have to be perfectly sunny. It could be windy and cold, but it was a beautiful day on that bench.
Yeah,
So.
you probably spent a lot of days on that bench.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. I think that's all I need. I did find it interesting, the whole philosophy, like how you have all these like philosophies of life, but I don't know if it'll make it in the piece. I just think that's interesting because you basically boil down my whole career in this one. You know?
I don't know. My philosophies.
Yeah,
Really?
everybody wants
Philosophies
to.
on life?
Everyone wants to hear what Chuck has to say now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
This was great. Anything else that you want to add?
I just hope that, through this, that it helps people that are going through it, that because we're all so different, age, economics, family.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody can take a little something from it that is going through cancer or even survived it and want to go on with their life, if they can draw anything from it that helps them, that would be great.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think, it's always interesting to know what a person went through. Like, this is the process, right? And these are all the twists and turns that something like this can take, right?
Yeah.
I tried this, it didn't work. I tried that, it didn't work. But I'm of the opinion or belief that people want to know how it felt. Like, how did it feel and how did you deal with that really difficult part of it? Not because you're just so special or so profound, like we were talking about, but just because they, even if it's not what you're going to experience, you just want to give some notion about what to expect, emotionally. This is the hardest part.
Yeah,
and they have studies. Every one of these stories is now, I've decided that like whatever research there is about resilience and coping, that I want to try and put that in because the science is building about like how that must play some sort of role. And there was something I put in a story yesterday about like they studied breast cancer patients, and they say that in particular people who right at diagnosis find their way to cope. So for that woman, it was like her lists and feeling like she was in control. That's the psychology. Yours of just sort of like, I'm going to take it as it comes and I'm not going to worry so much. All of these ways of coping apparently is very potent when it starts at diagnosis. If you can start it then, if you can be okay.
In the beginning.
Yeah. I think at any point it's fine.
Yeah, but it really helps it at the beginning.
It's supposed to help. It's supposed to help in a way that's probably immeasurable, right? Like, how are you going to measure that?
It's funny because you're having all these thoughts going through your head, and are these the hot thoughts I should be having? And boy, yeah, you're kind of bringing back that moment, finding out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's a lot to it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
This was great.
Okay, good.
Super fun. Thanks for making my day